And here we are, we're just going into the pier at Melbourne. And in a couple hours we'll be getting off and going on an excursion. And it's a short excursion today, so we may be able to explore the downtown part of Melbourne as well. So this is the 88th floor of the Eureka building in Melbourne, and we're standing out here on the observation platform. You can see a great view of the city from here. I'll take a few more shots as we walk around the building. And now we're outside looking through this caged material that's right here. I'm looking through glass and I'm trying not to get a glare as best I can, but you can see the city down below us. It's quite a nice city. Apparently, it's been voted for 6 years in a row by The Economist magazine as the most livable city in the world. And over there in the distance you can see our ship, the Celebrity, Solstice. See if I can get a little closer up to it. So that's what we came into the harbor on. And you can see how far away we are from the ship. This is the Shrine of Remembrance in the Royal Botanical Gardens in Melbourne, and this is a cenotaph basically honoring the fallen soldiers of the First World Wars in Korea and Vietnam and peacekeeping missions. And in the distance from the shrine you can see the building that we were just up, the Eureka building. And here's from the very front of the Shrine of Remembrance. Just panning around, you can see it's sort of in the center of the city. This is sort of a 360-degree shot here, and there's a bloody fly on my face right now while I'm doing this. And this is from the steps at the front of the Shrine of Remembrance. You can see the whole city laid out in front of us. So this is also part of the grounds of the Shrine of Remembrance, which this is a big stylized poppy right here. And underneath the shrine is a museum. And some more shots. It's a good vantage point to take shots of the city, and really the city is quite lovely. These are the Fitzroy Gardens, and this is the conservatory. And down a little bit further on, supposedly there is a reconstructed house that James Cook, the explorer, lived in England, but they put it together brick by brick here. And it is the oldest building in Melbourne. So this is inside the conservatory. Yeah, a lot of hydrangea. Fuchsia. And we're heading towards Cook's Cottage. And this down here is Cook's Cottage. Cottage here, which is a separate entrance fee, and so we're not going to bother going in. More of the gardens along here. They're very pretty. Very lush until you hit this part, which I don't know what you would call this, sort of a rock garden kind of a formation thing. They seem to have quite a diversity of landscaping here. This is the main shopping district of Melbourne, and it's all a lot of high-end shops like Cartier, Gucci, all that kind of thing. And they have a tram that runs down the center of the street as well, and that's part of their main transportation in their downtown core. They supposedly have a small subway as well, with about a half a dozen stops.
Australia has this funny sort of attitude, connection with Christmas, because although it's summer when we have Christmas, all our traditions come from the Northern Hemisphere. So, when I was growing up, we'd sit down in 40 degrees heat, over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and we'd be eating roast turkey and steamed plum pudding and brandy butter. And okay, we're going to stop here and let people off. Show them the big screen, and there'll be thousands of people at 4 o'clock in the middle of the night watching the soccer live. Or our Australian Prime Minister made a very historic, this is going back about 8 years, a very historic, and there's the clocks there on our left. As you can see, it's still a big meeting place. This little red brick building on our left, underneath the railway tracks, they're called the Banana Vaults, and they're across the river. And you can see that the Yarra River is a bit wider here, so boats could actually turn around. So they'd come up from the Port Phillip Bay, and this is as far as they'd come. They'd disgorge their passengers and their goods, turn around and go out again.
And so now we're sailing out of the Melbourne Harbour and on our way to our last destination, which is Sydney.